Sarah, welcome to my YouTube channel, Crafty Sarah Sews. I'm just back from a fantastic 24 hours in London when I went to the new Craft House summer party and had an absolutely fantastic time. It was brilliant. We took some of the things from the shop and did a little sale table, and I got to meet loads of people that I'd met at the dressmaker's ball and quite a few new people as well. So I've got even more new sewing friends now, which is fantastic. The brilliant Meg from Pigeon Wishes put me up for the night, and Elle from Sew Positivity came to stay as well. We had a little bit of a show and tell of our fabric hauls because Meg had been to a fabric shop as well and picked up a few things, and just a bit of a chin wag about life in general, which was really lovely. And I also went to Walthamstow market for the first time. I can't believe I've never been there. I lived in London for 7 years and I still haven't been to Walthamstow until today. I suppose I was always just drawn by the familiarity of Goldhawk Road, knowing exactly what I'd get from there. But I really have had my eyes opened to some really different fabrics in Walthamstow. I wouldn't say it was all good, it was a bit mixed. You had to do a lot of rifling through, but I'm a bit like a hawk now when I go fabric shopping, and I just zoom in straight on what I'm looking for, and I'm quite good at deciding, don't want this, do want that. Having said that, I did pick up a rather huge haul, so I'm going to run through that now and include some ideas of things that I might want to make with the fabrics that I picked up. So I picked up about 2 meters of each fabric, and starting off with this lovely tribal print viscose, which is really, really nice. Probably going to use it that way actually, so it's more of a crossways print. So it's got really nice ochre and grey and black in it. So I'm thinking about making a kilo by Named Patterns dress out of this. There were 3 people, I think, wearing the kilo, and then Megan this morning was wearing it when she helped me lug my suitcase back to the train station. And it's just such a really easy kind of throw-on dress. Just pop it on over the top of a top, or by itself, or with like something over the top, and wrap it up. There's just a tie fastening, and it looks like a really nice kind of dress that you just have in your wardrobe and just, you know, you wear quite a lot because it is so easy to wear in so many different ways. So I'm looking forward to making that. I did buy some plain black lining as well, because one thing that I always forget to do is to buy the lining for dresses, and then I'm left there thinking, you know, I've got this lovely fabric and I can't actually go ahead and sew it because I need to kind of collect all the bits that need to go with it. So the kilo dress doesn't have any fastenings, like I said. I've got black thread. This might be something that once I've downloaded the PDF, I can get done maybe in a couple of weeks' time. So my next fabric was a stretch cotton, and it's got crossways stretch, and it's got quite a bit of stretch as well. I think this is going to make a really nice pair of ultimate trousers. So I don't know whether I've spoken about it in any of my previous vlogs. I think I probably have, yeah. Trousers are, well, used to be my nemesis, because I could never find a pattern that fit. The fabric, you know, I used to kind of buy fabrics and then after a couple of wears they'd just be all like stretched out. So I'm really, really kind of quite precise about what fabrics I will wear on my lower half. And this looks like it's going to be absolutely ideal. I think it'd make a really, really nice pair of ultimate, sew over it ultimate trousers. So it's going to be a nice one. And talking of trousers, I picked up some of this slinky khaki crepe, and it's a really nice weight that it's not going to be too see-through. I mean, you can see through it a little bit, but yeah, it's a really nice rich green. I think it's coming up a little bit grey on the video, but yeah, it's like a nice kind of rich green. I think that's going to be really nice for like the end of summer going on into autumn. And I'm probably going to make it into quite a kind of loungy pair of trousers. Don't know whether I'm going to use the marigold. Tilly and the Buttons pattern, or I might be a bit adventurous and use our new My Handmade Wardrobe block to actually draft a pattern myself based on a pair of shorts that I've already got and the things that I've learned from making a couple of pairs of trousers now. So as well as that, I think these make a really nice like slinky pair. So I'm also having a bit of a love affair at the moment with kind of tomatoey orangey reds. Again, I think this is coming up just a little bit kind of red, but it's definitely more of an orange. And yeah, really love that. It's a kind of heavyweight crepe, but again, it has quite a bit of crossways stretch and a little bit of downward stretch as well. And I think it's what is sometimes called a bengaline. So it's used for a lot of formal wear, but I think this will look really nice again in kind of a pair of like maybe slightly more structured, but still quite kind of simple trousers, maybe with like a kind of carrot leg. So that might be something that I develop as a pattern as well. I'm getting quite excited about developing the patterns now after having talked to the girls at the about the party last night and getting like some really good ideas, some good feedback. So yeah, it's all systems go with that. But yeah, on to my back to my red obsession. This is also not quite showing up as bright as it is, but it is kind of quite a again orangey red base with these really nice flowers, and I'm planning on using the Simplicity 8342 this style with the cap sleeves to make this top. Very much inspired by the lovely versions that Crafty Pinup has made. I just love the versions that she's made, and I've seen that also Amy Thomas from Love Sewing magazine has made that recently. So yeah, I love their style, so I'm going to copy them. I hope they don't mind. And I wasn't 100% sure about this one, but it was £1 a metre, so I just thought I'll either use it or I won't. I'll get a couple of metres, which tends to be my go-to. On all of these I got either 2 or 3 metres. Just gives you enough to be able to make whatever you want really out of it. So this is just a polyester with quite a jazzy print, but it's on a black base. I thought I also picked up a couple of kind of quite bright buttons, jewel buttons. So I thought, you know, one of these at the top with just like a simple cami shape, maybe our My Handmade Wardrobe shift top pattern. I think that could look quite nice, just quite simple. And the pattern is designed with facings, so you can either understitch it, so I wouldn't have to have any top stitching or anything like that showing. So yeah, I think that's going to be really nice. Nice quick make as well. And then I also bought, I seem to be having a bit of a thing about kind of sketchy florals at the moment, and quite largish scale as well. So I bought this, which I just think is so pretty, just really lovely, really modern. This was from Saeed's, which I'd been told about, and yeah, he did have a really good selection, very good quality. Price is a little bit more, but still it was, everything was an absolute bargain. So yeah, don't know what I'm going to make out of that. I feel like I've seen something somewhere made out of this fabric. If anybody can remember, please remind me in the comments below. And yeah, I don't know. I'm sure something will come to me, some flash of inspiration, and yeah, I'll just have to like sew it up as quickly as I can. And on the note of the sketchy florals, I also picked up this red again, well, reddy orange again, and I love the pops of pink and the ochre and the white. It's got black print, so I think this is going to be one of the first things that I sew up, because I think it's going to go with so many things. And I'm toying with a wrap dress, although I really like the new dress pattern that Nina Lee has brought out. It's only available as a PDF at the moment, so I might go down the PDF route. I need to get some printed at the printers anyway. But yeah, I think this could work really well because it's kind of a cutaway shoulder style. So yeah, I think I might use it for that, and yeah, give Nina's pattern a go as well. And almost there. Can't believe how much fabric I bought. Considering that I own a fabric shop, this is really not good, but this is all for me. This is my kind of stash at home, and then my stash at work is everybody else's. Okay, so I bought, thinking ahead now, just started to think about kind of winter wardrobes, Christmas, and, you know, starting to plan kind of November and December sewing as well. And I picked up this really cute little deer pattern, and they're all wearing little bows around their neck. And that's a viscose again. I just think that's really cute. I asked the lady in the shop for 1.5 meters, and she misheard me and cut me 3 meters. So, okay. It looks like I'm making maybe 1, 2, 3 tops out of it. I'm certainly going to have plenty because it's a wide fabric as well. I might see how it washes and make some pyjama bottoms out of it, or what else can I make out of it? If you have any ideas about, you know, what I could use this fabric for, let me know, because I have loads of it. And from the same shop, I also picked up, I'm having a bit of a thing about velvet at the moment. I was talking to, I think it was Nina yesterday. There was somebody yesterday about velvet and how, like, you just get a feeling for things, and then you kind of think, I've got to have some velvet. So although I have sewn with velvet before and I know what a struggle it can be, pressing it is an absolute nightmare, because you just basically press down the pile, and really you need like a velvet board to press onto, which is a bit like a kind of spiky board that stops the pile from getting crushed. But I'm just going to have to make something quite kind of relaxed and casual that doesn't need any ironing, because this, if I iron it, it's just gonna ruin it. But enough talking about it, let's show it to you. So this is the velvet that I picked up, and sorry, it's got a bit of thread on it, and it's just a really lovely like pink colour, and as you know, I love pink, so yeah, I'm excited about making something out of that. I think I'm going to make a kimono, little jacket, and I'm going to maybe make it short or maybe a bit longer, I'm not sure yet. But I saw a velvet devore jacket in a vintage shop recently, and it was like the kind of kimono style that had quite a simple shape, but it had like lots of trims, so lots of like tassels hanging off it, and I just thought, oh, that's lovely, and it would be a really kind of spectacular thing to throw on over a fairly simple outfit for going out in the evening. Because generally over Christmas I tend to be kind of at the shop, and then I'll go out after being at the shop for the day. So I want to wear what I've been wearing during the day, but just jazz it up a little bit. So I think this lovely velvet will be just the ticket for a nice kind of formal but fun little evening jacket. And I believe that's it for the fabrics. However, I did pick up a few trims. So again, I get a bit carried away and end up going full blown for the fabrics whenever I go fabric shopping. But I found this lovely little haberdashery, and they had a bit of everything, but right at the back they had like quite a few really nice buttons. They had some hideous buttons as well, but that's, you know, par for the course. And they had some really nice embroidered ribbons. Now, I've got a bit of a thing about kind of Indian style embroidery. I absolutely adore it, and I'm working on something at the moment in the shop that's going to be like an embroidered panel, so I might use some of the ribbon that I picked up on this to make a bag, possibly. So I picked up this ribbon, which I just love, little woven ribbon with gold edges, and I might use that on a strap possibly. or as some trimming to make a bag out of the embroidered panel that I'm making at the moment. The embroidered panel that I'm making is on like this kind of royal blue base, so yeah, I think that would be nice. And I also picked up this gorgeous embroidered ribbon, and they had it on black. If they'd had it on navy, I would have snapped up absolutely loads of it, because I just think this would be perfect for my wedding, because our theme, I've probably mentioned before, but it's blue, yellow, and then a little bit of red, a little bit of orange, and a bit of green as well. So yeah, something like this on a navy base would have just been lovely, and I probably would have used it on, you know, table runners or something like that. So I'm going to have to keep my eyes out for something like this. If anybody sees any with a navy base or with more blues and yellows in it, well then let me know. So that's the 2 ribbons that I picked up. I also picked up some buttons. So there's this one, which is really cute. It's like a little military button, but with a heart. Thought it had like a nice nod to kind of vintage style, but still with the cuteness. And I also picked up a couple of really shiny gem buttons. So I think they're really sweet, and a little square one as well. So yeah, I think that one will probably go on my black polyester top that I was saying about, with all the bright coloured kind of geometric shapes. So I think that will look really lovely. So I forgot one last fabric that I picked up, and it's one for my mum. So my mum's really got back into dressmaking recently, quite a bit, like since retirement. She did quite a bit before then, but since she's retired, she's a bit of a whirlwind with it. And she has been making the Grain Line Studios Archer. I mean the Archer. No, I mean the Adler. Or the Alder. Adler? Alder? Alder? I don't know. Anyway, the sleeveless shirt dress. And she's shortened it a little bit as well to make it into a tunic. So I thought this fabric would go really well. And it's kind of a crinkled georgette. It's quite thick, but it's got this nice kind of texture to it, which will make it quite easy for her to sew as well. You know, my mum loves a good quick win. So yeah, I think she'll really like making that. I hope you've enjoyed seeing my fabric haul. I'm really looking forward to sewing through it. I think I'm going to be taking quite a bit of time to sew through this, and it'll probably keep me busy until well into the winter. Some things might even be put in the pile to be saved until next summer. But what I'm going to do straight away is pop everything into the wash, and while it's a nice sunny day, I'm going to get it all out on the line, and so when I come to sew it, it's all ready to sew. So until next time, happy sewing. There's nothing like a cup of tea at home when you've had a long journey.